Hello and welcome everyone, I am Ducky Obrien, and today I'll be bringing you guys a look at The Last Campfire. The Last Campfire was developed and published by Hello Games. That's right, the people who did No Man's Sky. It's pretty hyped to check this game out. Anyways, it'll be releasing onto the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC on October 7, 2021 with the MSRP of $14.99. I'll lower the music a little bit. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Alright, why don't we go over it? This is a very lovely, very wholesome, very cute puzzle game about embers. So like, their fire is running out. We'll see what happens. I didn't beat the game. I spent about 3 hours playing it. I believe there are about 3 major areas, judging from the achievements. There could be more. So you're roughly looking at like a 6+ hour game here. At the very least, because it's taking me roughly 2 hours per area. Okay, starting a new save file. By the way, thank you for having the option to pick a new save file. I hate it when games only have one save file, and I need to back it up manually to start, you know, coverage from the beginning. It's like, please just have an option where I can have another save file, or I can just start from the beginning and my progress is still saved. It's like save points or checkpoints I can load. Look at this game is so cute. I actually love the audio design of the game. I mean, I love the graphics. The puzzles are pretty good. I got stuck on one of the early ones, but after that, they were all fairly straightforward. Okay, sorry, I'll stop talking. Y'all can enjoy the... Alright, I'll be quiet now.
There is a place where the lost embers go as their light begins to fade.
Oh, weird. It cut off the narration.
The wall glistened. The painting showed embers on a sacred journey. Ember felt so afraid and alone. that it was a relief to find someone to talk to. Ember froze, almost too frightened to look away, when they noticed a small satchel. The satchel felt heavy. Ember looked inside. The statue shone brightly in the light.
By the way, there's a lot of narration in this game. If you don't like it, you can't turn it off.
There was a symbol on the floor. Ember noticed something wrong. There was a round space where something used to fit. To Ember's delight, the golden statue slid perfectly into place.
Easy. Yeah, I always state how I don't like it when games have like this hyper active, hyper energetic soundtrack. It's always constantly on loop. If you notice the audio design in this game, is filled with silence. There's some ambient sound to fill it in. A little bit of very relaxing, very calm music, and then it'll ramp up when it needs to. I love that.
Ember left, feeling sorry for the stranger now alone in the dark. The stairway opened into a dark forest. Ember could feel fear taking over. They'd washed up alone, somewhere very unfamiliar. Ember felt like they were being watched.
Axe and escape are dash, by the way, so you can rebind that if you want.
As Ember approached, the flame seemed to call out.
So how the game works is you run into these forlorn, which are basically the embers that got lost, and you save them by getting some ember and bringing it to them. So there's like an overworld. The first one is the forest, and then there are 7 forlorn, I believe, that have to go and rescue, and those are the puzzles.
With a feeling like falling, the forest had slipped away. Ember felt lost in darkness and ruin. The caged flame stoked new hope in Ember. Hope was almost within reach. The flame spoke and Ember listened. The flame lingered ahead. Was it trying to escape? Or leading the way? The campfire flickered into life. The ghost spoke. Hope has returned to a forlorn. I will warm them until they choose to move on. Ember looked to the ghost for answers. This is a place between places to travel through as your light fades, but none have passed on in a long time. The Forest King now holds us here, and those who linger will turn forlorn. Again that word, forlorn. The forlorn are those who lost their way along the path. If you find them, send them to me and I will guide them. I am just a guide along the way to fan the flame. So many lost embers have I seen, more than I could help. Ember thought of those they loved, those they'd left behind. There are others lost along their journey. Find them and I will guide them. Step backwards, little Ember. Look behind. Upon a small grassy cliff rests a forlorn.
Okay, so if you ask them, I want to help others, that ghost will give you a clue as to where the forlorn is, if you ever get lost. It's a very cute game. I get some motifs about like accepting mortality, dealing with depression, that kind of stuff. There are like secret areas, there are like journal pages. Overall, I am enjoying this game. There are like environmental puzzles you need to do. They're very simple though.
Barely visible through the murky water was the shadow of something hiding, and on a small pier with barely a sound, a lonely fisherman sat. The traveler said, "You sailed in here. Where's your boat? Friend, you need a boat. Go see the builder in the caves. Tell them I'm sorry I never came back."
I actually missed this one. I got it last, I think.
The stranger had blazed their own path, created their own rock, their own islands. They did not need Ember's kindness. But still, Ember stayed. Building a bridge should it ever be needed.
This game is so cute. With the little animation touches, you know, I just...
The stranger met Ember's eyes. The two shared a moment of silence. The stranger met Ember's eyes. The two shared a moment of silence.
You can talk to them back at the main campfire. They say like one line of dialogue. This one I had difficulty with. The only puzzle.
The stranger was trapped, caught in a maze. It was hard to make sense of this place. The trail just kept on closing. The stranger's voice was hoarse. I just need some time, I think, to see things clearly. The ember was curious. Where did you wake up? I'm headed for the crossroads. It's not far, I think. I've heard there's a nest there. A safe place.
But yeah, I like the visual design too. If you notice, it's pretty simple. They add in little touches here and there to make it kind of pop, and it's more like there's like nice lighting effects to make it look more real. I just love the look and feel of this game.
The fisherman murmured quietly between sorrowful breaths. The fisherman felt so useless. His former joys were hollow. Sitting out there every day by the pond. only the dark water to hear him talk. In that darkness, a glimmer flickered. A thought beating like a drum. A thought that went round and round. It all started with a frog. Every day by the pond, a constant reminder. For a brief moment, the fisherman struggled to speak. He looked at Ember, hopeful. The fisherman spoke softly. There's a frog in that pond, a big one. Saw him grow from a tadpole. We were friends of a sort, spent every day side by side. So much better at fishing than me, that frog is. Catches them before I can bait them. Oh, it makes me feel useless some days. The fisherman sighed. I've wasted so much time feeling like this. The old man looked carefully at the pond, at their rod, at Ember. Well, listen to me here, rambling on and on. It helps though, telling someone. Thank you, Ember. If you need help catching anything, you just ask. You saw the frog? Did the frog mention me? You ask the frog about me, see what they say. Actually, no, just... Please don't tell the frog how much I talk about them. Poor little worms. They didn't ask to be here. But how do you fish without them? One for me, one for the fishes. Slurp 'em down.
Ugh.
I chased old Blue Betty round this pond for years. Best days of my life catching that fish. Had to use myself as bait. Stuck on me head ever since. They say catching a fish isn't the point, so I tell myself that. I tell myself that a lot. If you need help catching anything, you just ask.
I was like, I need help catching a girlfriend. How do you get one?
The frog stared at Ember, its belly rumbling. Its eyes were fixed on Ember, but it seemed to mean no harm. Was this the frog that the fisherman spoke of? Ember could hardly ignore the rumbling from the frog's belly.
Wait, I think there is a path down here. Yes.
The traveler spoke. You ever had roast frog, friend? I miss a good roast frog. Oh, how they crackle.
I'm like, I know of a giant frog.
The stranger had been forgotten. The stranger looked at Ember with surprise. Someone came back for me. Thank you.
Ah, this game is too cute and wholesome. You guys saw
The
there was a
crow
dude
held
there.
its shining trophy tight.
Now the other areas are pretty different. So I think that's pretty neat. There's like different puzzle mechanics. There's one involving a giant pig.
Inside was a scrap of journal. The strangers on the water went on without me. Where have I landed? Vines and thorns stretch out to trip me.
But yeah, I am digging the game quite a bit. I was very interested in what a game from Hello Games will look like after No Man's Sky, and this is just a pleasant, very well made, very well polished game.
The broken net hung ominously around the skeleton's neck. The stranger shivered in the cold. They'd moved through such dark places. They lay down
I don't know.
and closed their eyes.
I meant to grab the stick on the ground, but I'll just grab another one. Maybe you can't grab it. I don't know.
Warmth was a distant memory, stolen by the passing miles. The stranger blinked at Ember. Is it morning already? How long have I been asleep?
You have to talk to the ghost, and then everyone sits in their spot, and then you can talk to them. It's very cute. I was supposed to take the fishing net to the fisherman to get it fixed, but I want to do this puzzle real quick.
The stranger whispered. Ever feel like you are being watched? I've never felt that. What does it feel like? Is it nice It sounds nice.
No, it's not nice.
The worm looked helpless, with no way to escape. As Ember picked it up, the worm let out a little yelp.
Like, eh. I'm sorry, worm, I need you though. Who shall be the sacrifice?
The Wanderer's Diary. Unfamiliar trees, a path overgrown. Is this a resting place? A place between places? I call out, but mine is the only voice. The fisherman noticed the broken net Ember was carrying.
But I know how this fisherman feels like. I
Let
get
me
it.
have a look. See what I can do. With a silk thread, the fisherman carefully knotted it together. With each knot he tied, a net began to form. Here you go. Good as new.
Thanks, dude.
The frog stared at Ember, its belly rumbling.
I was like, oh no, bad ending already? Did I
It was
die?
not how Ember had imagined the end. The gurgling of water, a deafening heartbeat. But then... the frog returned Ember's good deed by leading them to a lost forlorn. The stranger stood alone. Their friends have fallen aside, retreating from what came next. The stranger had ventured on. Now they were deep in the woods. It felt so pointless. The stranger spoke hesitantly. Is the campfire crowded? Let me gather myself. I'll see you there. Ember found the wanderer's diary. The oily smell of frogs. They know more than they will say. They watch me watching them. The stranger spoke. You look hungry, friend. You bring any broth with you? There's a cook in the swamp. Makes a broth like you wouldn't believe. Keep telling them that it doesn't taste right. They'll keep giving you more.
I think that's it. I think that's the entire area for the forest. I think I got everything, not entirely sure. Oh, we're missing one. Oh, the key. Okay.
The ghost said, Speak and I will listen. West of here, a cruel stone compound. Locked away without a key, an ember turned forlorn. Key was nestled between the reeds, but it was just out of reach.
I'm playing on keyboard, so that's why my movement's a little bit weird. Controller would definitely be better for this game.
The old gate was locked. Ember placed the key in the lock and slowly began to turn it.
I need to bring my mouse out here.
Stranger gasped for breath. Dark water slipping above their head. The sea didn't care if they sank or swam. Slowly the tides ebbed, washing over old walls. A safe harbor emerging from the inky depths. Ember reached out a hand. The stranger looked down. The ground feels good beneath my feet, friend.
Alright, now we did all of them.
ghost said, "You have done all you can, little one. Your journey lies ahead." Little one, your journey ahead will not be easy. The path to leave this place is blocked. I will guide others to follow after you clear the way.
You don't have to do all the puzzles to move on, by the way. I think there's like a minimum amount you need to do.
There are others like me who can help. You will always be welcome here in the forest. The stranger spoke. My head feels clear for the first time. With tears, the stranger said, I had forgotten what warmth feels like. The stranger said, thank you for being so kind. The stranger said thoughtfully, I felt so alone. I was so lost. The stranger whispered, be kind to yourself. The stranger thought, I feel ready to move on. The stranger said, take care of those you care about the most. Once again, Ember could feel eyes watching. Ember uncovered a journal entry. Dusk brings the longest shadows. The lanthorn comforts me. Soft melodies from home. The wild things listen, yellow eyes in graying trees.
So this is the next section. I'm gonna stop it here. Yeah, it gets more interesting. There's a little bit more world building and lore if you're looking for that. Just a teeny bit, like a sprinkling here and there. The puzzles and environments are different. Yeah, I'm liking this game quite a bit. So there's some extras in the menu. I just noticed this, but go to puzzles, you can replay the ones that you've beaten. And let's see, there's 3 levels here, 3 areas. There's challenges here. Like that little touch there. But why don't I call it here? Once again, the game is the Last Campfire. Should be out for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Switch, and the PC with the MSRP of $14.99. As always, the exact release dates, pricings, and platforms may vary from region to region, platform to platform. Alright, hopefully that gave you guys an idea what the game is like, and hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. If you have any questions, comments, things you'd like to see or for me to cover, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Just keep in mind, I am one guy doing everything, and some things I might not be able to make a video on, if you guys ask. Anyways, thank you so much for dropping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. I don't know if I repeated that, but I really do mean it. And as always, hope you guys are staying safe and sane out there. And I will catch you guys next time. Yeah, I'm loving this game. It's too cute. I'll see you guys later.